Alrighty, Rue Cuckoo to you and all my nobodies not watching out there. I'm still doing the thing. Man, it took forever to do this. This was like not just like there's no combat, there's nothing. It's just me reading, but still. As though the vampire detective and blood mage. Just, you know, that's just another fucking Tuesday. You may have heard about the Gangrel before. They are a wild clan, in touch with their beasts in ways others might not dare attempt. They mostly keep out of big cities, but there are exceptions. Nominally, they haven't been a part of the Camarilla for over 2 decades, but one kindred I would like you to meet has a strong, shall we say, familial ties to the sect. Her name is Tamika. Her sire, Jezebel, was instrumental during the Battle of New York back in 1999. The very same battle that cemented the city as Camarilla domain. Sadly, her achievements have gone largely unrecognized. Tamika and a number of her siblings still reside in the domain they were awarded after the battle, Prospect Park. Jezebel herself left the city some years ago, fed up with being underappreciated. I'm gonna be like, you mentioned siblings? Somehow that seems important. Siblings? Actually, biological brothers and sisters? No, not in the normal sense. The Gangrel sometimes use the word brood to indicate child or begat by the same sire. You can probably tell they do take the whole animal motif quite far. I'm not sure how many of them there are, but they're rumored to be a tight-knit group. The Gangrel often act on instinct, so when you meet Tamika or siblings, be careful not to slight them. Good to know. They're easily provoked and can hold a grudge for a long time. I speak from experience. So, you see, seeking out Tamika could prove quite educational if nothing else. And who knows, perhaps you'll find her temperament to be a welcome change of pace. But speaking of a change of pace, I have one last suggestion, though I don't make it lightly. The kindred who calls herself Hope. It's like, yeah, no, you might just hang out with meet a bunch of gangrel and they'll just 86 your ass. Seriously, they could just use their claws to fuck you up. If there's a brood of them, you're not in a good sign. No. She's a Malkavian. They are a uniquely cursed clan. For centuries, we considered them mad, insane, unhinged. But those of us who spend enough time with them come to understand the truth. It's no sickness, but a unique perception of the world that has them appear to us as unstable, and that perception can prove to be very valuable. That's a very Toyador perspective. Most other clans are just like, don't. Like, just don't. Like the Nosferatu, it's like, fuck, man. I had to deal with this Malkavian one time. They came up to me and they paid me for information. It was all legit, everything was fine, above board. I gave them the information. They smiled at me, snickered, then told me even more information than I knew, and then disappeared. And it was just like, and then like left me with like a trinket from the person that I was supposed to like investigate. Fucking creepo weirdos. Fucking, who does that? Why pay me? Why, like, they paid me, why do it? Is this, it's like, I guess it's just fun for them. They're fucking weirdos. Perception, yeah, anyway. Having a Malkavian as your companion might be taxing on the nerves and a true test of patience at times, but their insight and intuition are unrivaled among kindred, as for Hope specifically. She is said to be a recluse, but I have it on good authority that she can currently be found in an internet cafe. I believe it's called, in Lower Manhattan. I believe it's called in Lower Manhattan. Gregory has the address. Quaint. I'm gonna be like, where did you learn about hope? Like, that's like, I'm not gonna be so Toreador to be like, quaint. Where did you learn about her exactly? One of my colleagues told me about her. He considers her uniquely talented and taps into the current fads among kind. Not something I am personally interested in, as I'm sure you know by now. I take his word for it, at any rate. Well, I believe that's all of them. I still have a few social calls to make tonight, so I'll leave you to it. Use tonight and tomorrow night to arrange some cordial visits of your own. I will send Gregory for you as soon as I have further need of your services. Oh, that reminds me. You will need a car. Join us downstairs, won't you? She smiles once more and turns. Hiccups. Turns to her driver. He helps her put on her coat, and the three of you leave Sophie's apartment. Sophie points to one of the cars near the building as Gregory hands you the keys. It's rather inconspicuous compact car, a decent looking, if not luxurious, ride. Stay safe, Tobias. This is your first night alone. Don't let it be your last. God, that's such a thing. As they drive away, you find yourself with more freedom than you've had for the past few nights, a blessing or a burden. Time will tell. With a list of addresses in your hand, you consider your next move. This is the perfect time to stop.